Battle through the heavens, grand world. Chapter 89 Holy Art Heavenly Emperor Body Tempering. This vast world was boundless. The entire world was a crimson color, like an endless fire field. The moment the red-haired boy appeared, the entire world seemed to be centered around him, filled with endless dominance. The red-haired boy was only a few inches tall, and was only slightly larger than the Xiaoyi. However, such a petite body, in Xiaoyan's senses, hid a power that caused him to tremble in fear. The red-haired boy raised his head, and his cold gaze swept across Xiaoyan's soul body like 10,000 years of ice. A trace of killing intent quickly filled his body. Human. These two short words were like a thunderclap that resounded in Xiaoyan's mind. It caused Xiaoyan's soul body to tremble slightly, and he felt a sharp pain. Xiaoyan was instantly shocked. His soul power had been tempered by the prestige power spell, and he was no longer afraid of ordinary soul attacks. He never thought that this fellow would cause his soul to feel pain just by saying these two words. Humph. True monarch stage soul. Sovereign master's strength. Trying to assimilate me with such a weak soul and obtain my strength is just wishful thinking. The red-haired boy's body trembled slightly and disappeared after his voice sounded. In the next instant, he appeared in front of Xiaoyan. The red-haired boy casually raised his hand and threw a punch at Xiaoyan. As the punch was swung, the entire world instantly shook. It was as if the heavens and the earth had been destroyed. An endless amount of power was unleashed from the punch. Xiaoyan felt a chill run down his spine when he sensed the force contained within the punch that could shake the heavens and earth. If this punch landed, his body, which was formed from the soul of a true monarch stage, would definitely be destroyed. At that time, the damage to his soul would be light. Just as Xiaoyan was about to disperse his soul body, the space in front of him suddenly rippled. Two flames suddenly appeared. One was red and the other was golden. Monarch flame. Seeing the two flames, a strange light flashed in the red-haired boy's eyes. His fist, which was as fast as lightning, was only half an inch away from the two flames. The two flames quickly merged into one, turning into Xiaoyi's. The Xiaoyi jumped to the red-haired boy's side, and with a squeaking sound, it said something. The red-haired boy frowned slightly, crossed his arms over his chest, and puffed up his small face to listen to the Xiaoyi's words. Wu. Seeing the two people in front of him using words that he did not understand, Xiaoyan recovered from his shock. He opened his mouth but in the end, he tactfully did not speak. He wiped the non-existent sweat off his forehead. Xiaoyan began to size up this world. Could this be a world that only holy grade monarch skill has? Good, this is unbelievable. I just heard that guy say that he can obtain his strength. Could it be that he must defeat him in order to cultivate the saint grade monarch skill? Or is there some other reason? Xiaoyan couldn't figure it out. While he was pondering, the Xiaoyi had already jumped back onto Xiaoyan's shoulder. Kid, you actually have two types of monarch flames. Very good. Since it's like this, it doesn't count as insulting my identity. However, your strength is too weak. The red-haired boy's furious voice suddenly appeared in Xiaoyan's mind. Although his voice was still cold, it lacked a trace of killing intent. Hearing this, Xiaoyan helplessly smiled. Regarding this fact, he really had nothing to say. At this time, the Xiaoyi on Xiaoyan's shoulder suddenly spoke. It said crisply, "It is precisely because of my weak strength that I need your help." Hearing the Xiaoyi speak in human language, Xiaoyan wasn't too surprised. After all, it was a fire spirit that had fused with the Chaos Great Monarch Flame and the 3000 Lightning Monarch Flame. It was truly inconceivable that it didn't even have this bit of ability. When the red-haired boy heard this, a proud smile actually appeared in his cold eyes. He said, "All right, since you have two kinds of monarch flames, then I'll reluctantly agree." As he spoke, he waved his small hand, and his body transformed into a trace of dark golden light that instantly entered the chest of the Xiaoyi. The Xiaoyi let out a soft cry, and involuntarily transformed into a ball of crimson gold flame. It started burning crazily. Then, under Xiaoyan's astonished expression, this vast and boundless world shattered with a loud bang. Boundless might surged into the flames. The crimson gold flame instantly shot up into the sky, illuminating the darkness of the space, causing it to shine brightly. In the next moment, the soaring flames dissipated one after another, turning into a rain of fire that filled the sky, slowly forming a few large characters of fire. Beginner level Holy Arts Heavenly Monarch Fire Burning Body. The power of the 9 large characters of flame was profound and eternal, causing a loud noise in the boundless space. After that, the 9 big characters trembled slightly under the shocked gaze of Xiao Yan before disappearing. At the same time, the Xiao Yi had already appeared on Xiao Yan's shoulder. After a short exchange with the Xiao Yi, Xiao Yan finally understood a series of strange things. Each Saint-grade monarch skill contained a skill spirit. In order to practice the Saint-grade monarch skill, one must assimilate the skill spirit within it in order to comprehend it. However, every skill spirit was an invincible existence within the scroll world because he could control the entire scroll world. Under such circumstances, in order to assimilate the skill spirit, one needed to have a powerful strength. This also caused the Saint-grade monarch skill to not be mastered by anyone who was not at the Emperor cultivation or above. As the skill spirit of the heavenly monarch fire burning body, the reason why the red-haired boy listened to Little Yi's words was that the holy arts was similar to the secret arts. Borrowing the power of the flames to increase one's strength in a short period of time, the strongest flame in the world was definitely the monarch flame. To the red-haired boy, possessing the monarch flame was not an insult to the reputation of the Saint-grade monarch skill. Therefore, after saying good things about the Xiao Yi for a long time, the red-haired boy agreed with satisfaction. Xiao Yan was speechless for a long time after hearing this. He had to admit that luck played a huge role this time. If it wasn't for the fact that this monarch skill was a secret technique, if it wasn't for the Xiao Yi, and if he didn't have the monarch flame, it would be impossible for him to assimilate it with his own strength. Looks like I won't have any extravagant hopes for the Saint-grade monarch skill in the future. Even if I do have one, it's not something I can swallow. Xiao Yan shook his head with a bitter smile. He put away his complacency because of the Saint-grade monarch skill. This time, if it wasn't for all kinds of coincidences, he could only use the Saint-grade monarch skill as his trump card. The cultivation method of the heavenly monarch fire burning body had already been integrated into the Xiao Yi's body. As the Xiao Yi of the monarch flame fire spirit, he could use both kinds of monarch flames. Of course, it couldn't be denied that the flames used were different, and the effects were different as well. Compared to the revolving flame Tao, the heavenly monarch fire burning body should be more perfect. These two heavenly monarch fire burning bodies are enhanced along with the powerful effects of the flames. But now, the heavenly monarch fire burning body is a saint-level monarch skill, so the space it can increase is much more powerful than the path of reincarnation fire. Xiao Yan was deep in thought. He could vaguely feel that if his strength reached a terrifying level one day, the heavenly monarch fire burning body was just a fixed low-grade holy arts. At that time, the help it would bring him would be greatly reduced. As the monarch flame secret skill that evolved with the enhancement of the flame, the help it brought him would definitely be greater than the heavenly monarch fire burning body at that time. After thinking about this, Xiao Yan also let out a long breath. The excitement of obtaining the Saint-grade monarch skill in his heart had dissipated a lot. I wonder how strong I will become after using the heavenly monarch fire burning body. I think I should be able to fight a peak of monarch spirit. After using the heavenly monarch fire burning body, Xiao Yan could face 7 or 8 monarch spirit warriors. Although the heavenly monarch fire burning body had been strengthened by the 3000 lightning holy arts, it had only reached the level of a mid-grade monarch spell. If the heavenly monarch fire burning body couldn't even fight a peak of monarch spirit warrior, then it wouldn't be worthy of its name. Xiao Yan raised his head and looked at the darkening sky. He pondered for a moment, but still gave up on the idea of trying it out. The sky was getting dark, and no one knew what would happen at night. It would be safer for him to go to the city. With his current injuries, it was not suitable for him to spend the night outside. After making up his mind, Xiao Yan moved his body and rushed towards Four Direction City. Chapter end. Hi guys, please like, comment, share, and subscribe.